Real quick before we get started, a shout out to the shirt that I am wearing. So this is obviously from the summer collection, and let me tell you, I am obsessed with this shirt. Because I mean, who here thought that the first round of Life of a Showgirl merch was kind of ugly? But this style, I'm obsessed with. I love it. Like the very cartoony. It's very 1930s. Like it seems like a watercolor, you know, outfit sketch. But you know, I just wanted to point out that I am on theme, and I will actually be in theme for all of these videos because if you haven't guessed already, this is going to be a series. Leading up to the 20th anniversary of debut, I thought that I would go through and tier rank all of the Taylor Swift albums. So we're gonna be going backwards. That way, obviously, we can be ending with debut on the 20th anniversary. I've got my tablet here to assist me because I like it better than a laptop. So I went ahead and made some tiers. Throughout this series, all of the tier categories are gonna be the same. So I'm just gonna go through real quick and explain to you what each of them mean, and then we'll go ahead and dive into the ranking. So at the very top, the highest honor that any song can get in these rankings is Windermere Peaks. One of my favorite songs, when we get to folklore, you will find out, is The Lakes. It's literally what I consider to be one of my soul songs. There's a whole thing about it, but these are not just songs that I think are good. These are songs that are, to me, life-changing. They've like altered my brain chemistry in some way. As we go through, I think it'll make more sense, but like Windermere Peak is not an easy category to get. So below that, we have Midas Touch on the Chevy Door. So I have named this category as such because one of my favorite lyrics that Taylor has is obviously in a song called Champagne Problems. Your Midas Touch on the Chevy Door, November Flush, and your flannel cure. That is the most unnecessarily poetic way to put, hey, it was cold and you gave me your jacket. It's just innovative songwriting, you know, truly encapsulates the Shakespearean quality that Taylor has. So if it's a Midas Touch on the Chevy Door, probably is going to be more referring to like lyrical masterpieces specifically. And sort of getting into the middle, we have Wouldn't Have It Any Other Way. I think that category is exactly what the lyric says. That is a reference to the title track for Life of a Showgirl. I wouldn't change anything about them, but they're also not like crazy, really like out there, like top tier songs for me. So it's just, I wouldn't have it any other way. Below that, we have Charming, If a Little Gauche, a reference to Last Great American Dynasty. These are gonna be songs that I like them, but yeah, maybe sometimes I'm in the mood for it, sometimes I'm not. Again, this category will get clearer as we go through the rankings. Then we have an interesting category, Not a Day That I Won't Try. That is a reference to Soon You'll Get Better. And I really felt like I needed a specific category to put songs that I think are amazing, but are a little bit more difficult for me to listen to. So Soon You'll Get Better is a great example. It could also be a song that I really want to like, or I know that is a lot of other people's favorites, but it just doesn't click for me. It doesn't resonate with me. So Not a Day That I Won't Try is like, I'm trying to listen to the song, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't hit. I just don't understand. That is a reference to The Black Dog. I don't get this song. I'm not sure how many songs are gonna go in this category. I have an inclination because obviously I've sat with these songs. It'll be kind of interesting because there's some songs that I think are gonna be some hot takes that go into this category, but I don't wanna get into spoilers. Now, before we get started, I wanna make something very clear. I know some people have very strong opinions when it comes to Life of a Showgirl. My honest, truthful opinion about Life of a Showgirl. Do I think it is her best album? No. Do I think it is objectively a good album? Yes. It's definitely more of a middle tier album for me, but I don't think that it's like the worst thing or that it was lazy or I think that it was misrepresented. I think that the aesthetic really took over for the album, and when promoting it, we kind of had a different expectation than what we ended up getting, and that is what hurt the album. I also think too, if people want to say like it's just not as good of writing or whatever, or trying to blame it on the fact that she's happy or all of that, I don't think it's any of that. That Taylor has set such a high standard for herself that anything that is not Tortured Poets or folklore level is going to seem weaker. But if you compared it to any other artist, like if another artist had come out with that album, I do not believe that it would be getting the hate that it does. There are songs on this album I cannot live without. Like, I adore the songs that are my favorites. And then there's some songs that I think are just meh. But I definitely don't think it's a bad album, and I don't think it's a lazy album. Watch the Fate of Ophelia music video and then look at me and tell me that you think that it's lazy. No. I will not accept that. But anyway, I just wanted to get that little disclaimer out of the way. And now we will move on with the video. All right, starting off, track number 1, Fate of Ophelia. This is such a strong lead single. I do think it's one of the best songs on the album. It's definitely one of my personal favorites. To top it all off, the music video, oh my gosh. I know we all remember opening weekend of Life of a Showgirl, and for those of you that saw the music video in theaters, that honestly, you know what? I was debating where I was gonna put it, and now I know, because the music video itself really did alter my brain chemistry, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop that up here in Windermere Peaks. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I think it's legitimately one of the best songs on Showgirl. Just, it stuck with me throughout the entire listening. Like, I was actively ranking and looking at how I felt about the songs, you know, a week into having the album, a month, 6 months, a year later, and Fate of Ophelia always remained at least in the top 5, and it just stands the test of time. Like, I will always go back to that song. I cannot skip it, and every time I listen to it, I am visualizing the music video. Elizabeth Taylor. Again, this is one that's a lot of people's favorites, and it's actually one of my best friend's favorites. Because of that, I'm like trying not to be biased, because obviously I associate the song with her. I do like it. I don't know that I would put it in my top 5 on the album, but I do think it's a really strong song. And I love the concept of it, like she's writing a letter to Elizabeth Taylor. So you know what? I'm gonna put it in Wouldn't Have It Any Other Way, because solid song, wouldn't change anything about it. Like, I legitimately love it, but I can't say that it altered my brain chemistry personally. Opalite. I feel like I might have a controversial opinion about this one. It's just not my song. And you know what? I have another really close friend. Opalite is her song. And you know what? I love that for her. It came at a time that she really needed it. And it's like in that phase where she's really owning her life. So that is definitely her song. But for me personally, it never really resonated. I can't think of another word for it. But it's not one of my personal favorites. It's never been on the top half of the album ranking for me. My favorite part is the bridge, and that's really all that I can say about it. So actually, if I'm gonna be honest, which I've always said on this channel, I will be honest, I'm gonna put it in charming, if a little gauche. Because I think it's a cute song, but I'm just not always in the mood for it, and it's one I can skip. So sorry, Travis, sorry, Lainey. On the other hand, Father Figure has been my favorite since day one and will always continue to be my favorite. I am obsessed with that song. I love this song so much, you don't understand. Okay, that goes in Windermere Peaks. I think it's one of her best songs that she's ever written. I love it in the context of like reclaiming her master, speaking to her label, you know, like whose portrait is on the mantle and she protects the family. Like, that's what I'm gonna say about that. No, for real, I love Father Figure. I think it's a phenomenal song. Eldest Daughter, this is a tough one. I know where I'm gonna put it, but it's tough for me. Because I think that the song is overhated, I really do. But at the same time, I also know for me personally, it's never been one of the top songs that I ranked. I get it, I understand it. I am an eldest daughter, I fully understand that song, and I get exactly what it's saying. Maybe, I almost want to say maybe if it hadn't been put as a track 5, people wouldn't be as harsh on it. Because the people misunderstanding the I'm not a bad bitch, this isn't savage, that is just, they're just being dumb. Like, if they can't understand that that is satire, like if they can't understand that that's a reference to how people talk on the internet, I can't help you. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, even within Swifties, you know, it's just a lot of people kind of sleep on that song. And so I wonder if maybe it's because it's a track 5 and we have coveted track 5s for so long. Eldest Daughter is going into Not a Day That I Won't Try. I really wish I liked that song more than I do, because I think it's underrated and doesn't deserve the hate, but it's also just not one of my favorites. So I have to just be honest about it. But I'm sure that there's somebody out there that is watching and like, Eldest Daughter is your favorite song. And thank you. Thank you for being on the front lines. I appreciate you. When we get down to a particular track, I'm about to be in your shoes. So again, I'm gonna probably come out here with a controversial opinion. Ruin the Friendship. I get that song, I understand it. There are people that love this song, and I love that for them, because I know that a lot of people who don't like this album love that song, or people that kind of took a break or say that they don't like Taylor Swift or whatever. That song gets them. Like, this song is sneaky. This song is a hidden gem on the album almost, and it gets a lot of people that normally would say something snarky about Taylor, you know, like, oh, I don't like this album, or I never liked Taylor, or anything like that, this song will sneak up on them. So I love that about the song. It's just, again, it's not one of my personal favorites. And I think maybe the reasoning, we will talk about it more in folklore, because I have a similar opinion on Betty, where I think the reason why it's a little bit that this song doesn't sit right with me, but your girlfriend was away, should have kissed you anyway. It's implying cheating and not seeing anything wrong with it. And you know, Taylor likes to paint that up to being like a dumb teenager. Same thing in Betty, where it's like James will say these things like, call her friend stupid, or I cannot stand the line, slept next to her but dreamt of you all summer long. It will send me into a visceral rage. And so because of that, it is very difficult for me to listen to the song Betty, because I just get mad. I just get mad when listening to it. And so like, there are parts of Ruin the Friendship that I like, but there's also parts of it where I'm just like, could we have maybe written this a little different? But it's her truth and it's her song. And I'm very happy for what it does to, you know, how it like sneaks up on people. So in that case, I'm gonna put it right next to Eldest Daughter and Not a Day That I Won't Try, because I wish I liked this song as much as some other people do, because a lot of people adore that song. But speaking my truth here, it's really not one of my favorites. Actually Romantic. I think a lot of people like this song. I think that this is a solid track for a lot of people. I think universally, this is a pretty well-liked song. Anytime this song comes on, I don't skip it. Like, I'll let it take over my body, if you know what I mean. Oh, that almost makes it more difficult to rank, because, okay. I guess I'm gonna put it in Wouldn't Have It Any Other Way, because it's not a Midas touch on the Chevy Door. Again, those are more like lyrical masterpiece songs that you just like listen to and are like, whoa, you know? That's what I have in for that category. And to be honest, I don't really think any of Life of a Showgirl falls in that category. But this particular song, I really do love it, and I'm gonna put it in Wouldn't Have It Any Other Way. It's kind of like, it's not in my top 5, but it's probably number 6. Wishlist. This is, I remember too when the album came out, this is another one where like, it was a lot of people's favorite, but I feel like it's people's favorites that have a bit more traditional mindset about what they want their life to be. The point of wish list, obviously, is that whatever your dream is, I hope that you get that. This is my dream, that's your dream, and I hope we both get what we want, which is a beautiful concept of the song. I love that. But I really don't relate to the chorus. Like, that's the only thing. Got me dreaming about a driveway with a basketball hoop. Girl, that's your dream and you can have it. I'm gonna put it in Charming and For Little Gauche, because it's like, it's a cute song. I like the song, but it's just, you know, I do think it was one that grew on me. I think I kind of got into the catchiness of it, and then I was like, you know what? I'll relate to this verse, and my friend will relate to that one, and another person will relate to something different, and it's like, that's just really sinking into the point of the song, which is everybody deserves to live their dream life. Whatever makes you happy, I hope you get that. So I've appreciated it a little bit more, but it's still kind of one that is just like, okay, Taylor. Speaking of which, Would. What do I want to say about this song? Because I gotta be careful. I don't know if sometimes you hang out with certain people and you think, man, I really like what they do, and I kind of want to try and see if I can do that myself. You get influenced by the people around you, and I just don't think that that works for Taylor. She can write sexy songs, but she needs to write dress, okay? Would, I just don't understand. I don't get that one. It's like catchy, but it's also like really short, and it just, I don't know. It's like, okay, I'll skip that one most of the time. Oh my God, there are some lyrics in there that make me cringe. Like, there's the New Heights line I thought was kind of clever, but then like, there are certain lines in there where I'm like, love you, girl. Taylor, you're my favorite artist of all time. Okay. The next track is so appropriate because I probably just got canceled for that response. So, and you know what? I love My Girl Canceled, okay? I'm a rep Swiftie. I have been a Reputation Swiftie since that album first came out. Like, it was my favorite album then, and through everything that has happened, it still remains to be my top album. And so when listening to Showgirl, which you can go back and watch my reaction video with my friends, and we kind of talked about that, of my impression, my initial thoughts on the album was that it was going to be like the child of Midnights and Reputation. just was kind of the vibes that I was getting at the time, and those are two of my favorite albums, so I really had those kinds of expectations for Showgirl and was very excited for it. It did not end up being exactly what I thought it was, but I do think that there are still songs on here that have a bit of a Reputation sound, and actually Romantic kind of leans more that way, even though people kind of put it in like the Speak Now rock vibe, but Cancelled undeniably brings back a lot of those Reputation sounds. So this is one where I think it's on the border of cringe. I know some people say that they think that Cancelled is cringe. I think it's on the border, and this is a kind of cringe that I can embrace. It's probably, I think it's gonna go and Wouldn't Have It Any Other Way. It's definitely not Charming If a Little Gauche. There's never been a time that I haven't liked the song or thought it was cringe or anything like that. It's in that same category as Actually Romantic and Elizabeth Taylor, so I'll put it there. Okay, we'll go to where I see you, eldest daughter stands. I love Honey. I've been a Honey defender since day one, and I got receipts. I have receipts on this channel. I think it is such an underrated song. And maybe, again, it might just be one of those things where it just clicks with me. Like, I get it. I think it's also what I really appreciate about it is I haven't heard anybody tackle a similar concept. Like, with any artist, I really appreciate, like Conan Gray is another one of my favorite artists, for example. He said a while ago that anytime that he can't find a song for a situation that he's going through, he decides that he'll write it. A lot of those songs that Conan has is kind of like, wow, there's no other song out there that kind of touches that topic, just because, maybe not even because it's difficult, because Honey isn't a difficult topic to tackle, but it's just something that I haven't heard anybody do a song around. And so like that is just kind of like, wow, this is a cool, interesting concept. And I appreciate it from that level as well. And I do think it's a sweet song. I don't think that it is as brain altering to put it in Windermere Peaks. And it's not a lyrical masterpiece to put it in Midas Touch. So this is another Wouldn't Have It Any Other Way, but I want to give her a special shout out. And then last track on the album, this is a pretty short album, there are only 13 tracks. The other videos are probably going to be much longer. I do think it's funny, Life of a Showgirl is one of the shortest albums. And then next we're going to do Tortured Poets Department, which is one of the longest albums. And yes, we will be ranking the anthology tracks. With the song Life of a Showgirl, I love this song. I really do. And it is, again, it was one of those that was always a standout track for me from day one. I loved it so much that I have a playlist that I make at the beginning of every new year. I play it on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day to sort of call in the vibes that I want my year to look like. And Life of a Showgirl was one of the staple tracks of that playlist, because it just the concept of loving what you do so much you couldn't imagine yourself doing anything else. Like, despite the hardships, despite people warning you, you're not doing it because it's easy, you're doing it because you have to. Like, you could not be doing anything else. I love the narrative visuals that happen in Life of a Showgirl. Like, every time that song plays, I am seeing a music video of Taylor walking up to her hero and handing her flowers and having this conversation, and you have Sabrina, and she comes up and trying to get her foot in the door, and she's trying to make her way onto the scene, and her story is a little bit different than Taylor's, but it's still that similar concept of, despite the people around you telling you, hey, this might not be a good idea, are you sure you want to do this? They come together at the end and they're like, wouldn't have it any other way. Seriously, it's like, I'm not even joking, it's gonna make me like cry thinking about it. I just think it's such a beautiful song, and I love it, and the fact that she included the audio from the tour. It has to go, I'm gonna be so honest, it has to go on Windermere Peaks, because it did alter my brain chemistry and it became a really defining song for me. And there's a couple songs that we'll get to on other albums where I tear up every time I listen to them. I can't help it. Besides Life of a Showgirl that I can think of, where that one will actually make me cry. Literally cry every time I listen to it. This one, it'll make me tear up. But like, it's kind of more like, it like tugs at the heartstrings kind of thing. Like, not like sad the way that the other one might, but it's one that I will tear up every time I listen to it. They're like, a tear will fall down my cheek. I can't help it. Like, it really does speak to my soul. On that note, like I said, I figured that this would be a little bit of a shorter video, with there only being 13 tracks. I would love to hear what your top Showgirl tracks are and kind of where they sit with you. If you have any that are standouts or ones that are kind of like sentimental to you as well. I do like hearing people's stories of how they connect with songs. Music is my favorite thing in the world, so I'm always up for conversation. You know, music touches people in different ways, so please be respectful of everybody. I know it's the internet, but It's a crazy place. This will be a series. Next up, I will be doing the Tortured Poets department. And again, we will be including the anthology, so we will be ranking all 31 songs. So that is my Showgirl ranking, and I hope that you enjoy this series that I'm going to be doing, because I'm really excited about it. I have been a Swiftie since 2009, when I got the Fearless CD for my 10th birthday. So Taylor and I have been through a lot, and I love talking with Swifties about her music. So I'm really excited to do this series. Are you mewing? Hi. What are you doing? Let them see you. Hi, baby. Oh, we have to get the cat cameo in before we go. This is my cat, Louie. So if you continue with the series, you'll be seeing a lot of him. I guess he wanted to do the outro with me, but yeah, he's a bit of a mama's boy, so he's very cuddly. Are you sitting? What is happening? That's gonna be it for me today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. You sweet. What are you doing? What are you doing? Say bye. Okay.